Valley today became a target of a terror attack, the biggest such strike in the last 3 years. 5 CRPF jawans were killed in the fierce exchange and terrorists were also gunned down. A Pakistan hand in this cowardly attack has been now confirmed by the Home Secretary to Times Now.
Bemina, a region on the outskirts of Srinagar, woke up to one of the deadliest, most cowardly terror attacks in the valley in 3 years. Pakistan-backed terrorists opened fire on a CRPF camp near a public school, killing 5 CRPF jawans.
5 CRPF jawans, initial information says that 5 CRPF jawans have been killed. So that tells you that the element of surprise was with the militants and the CRPF company has been taken unawares. But they have retaliated. 2 militants are down. But the the problem for the police and security forces is if the militants have managed to sneak into some security force establishment that is inside the security force establishment, then these are troubled times for the security forces, because that would be the most concerning part for the security agencies, for the officers at this time, because they would really want that the militants, if at all they are hiding, they would be hiding in some public building or in some open area so that they can tackle them.
Almost immediately, a fierce exchange of fire between the terrorists and the jawans began. Cornered by the security forces, the terrorists stopped the firing, only to resume it minutes later.
Number of security force vehicles, the bunker vehicles, these are the vehicles of the security forces who have been brought in. These are quick reaction teams of the security forces, specifically trained and equipped to handle such situations. They have gone into the area, and at this time they are moving building to building, space to space, inch to inch, to ensure that the remaining militants are taken care of. But let me tell you, the militants are using the ammunition very judiciously. They are using, because they know that they are here to engage the security forces for long haul. So that's why they are using the ammunition judiciously. They are firing after fixed intervals to keep the security forces at bay.
ये कुछ लोग यहाँ पे क्रिकेट खेल रहे थे और हमारा सीआरपीएफ का एक लैंड ऑर्डर डिप्लॉयमेंट था यहाँ पे, और अचानक जो बच्चे खेल रहे थे उनमें से ग्रेनेड फेंकना स्टार्ट कर दिया, फायरिंग स्टार्ट कर दिया है। उस इंसिडेंट में हमारे 5 लोग शहीद हो गए हैं।
As the news of the attack reached the assembly, the chief minister got up to make a statement.
आज सुबह 11:15 बजे श्रीनगर के बेमिना चौक में एक सीआरपीएफ की जो डिटैचमेंट थी उन पे एक मिलिटेंट हमला हुआ। मिलिटेंट हमले के दौरान 5 सीआरपीएफ के जवान शहादत पा गए और 4 से 5 सीआरपी के जवान जख्मी हुए। 3 सिविलियन भी इस हमले में जख्मी हुए हैं।
The brazen attack on our soldiers comes at a time when the Chief Minister Omar Abdullah is talking about the revocation of AFSPA from the valley. But as Pakistan-sponsored terror continues to make Jammu and Kashmir a target, the question is the valley really ready for such a move? Bureau Report, Times Now.
And Fareed is now with us for live updates on this story. Now, Fareed, you've been reporting since morning on this story. We just heard the Home Secretary there making 2 things very clear. One, that there is a Pakistan hand behind this. And secondly, the very crucial thing he said, that there were reports of 4 terrorists. Now, what do we know about the other 2 terrorists? Have they managed to escape, or the police is still searching for them?
Well, the search operation still continues, as we have been repeating, that according to the police, according to the CRPF, they have to go through the standard operating procedure. Now, firstly, let me straight away take you to the spot where this thing happened. Now, this is the ground. As you can see, the police, the investigation teams are right now on the spot where this incident took place. Now, this is the ground where these students, these kids who were part of the police public school on a holiday had come to play cricket. Now, according to the police, it was in these students, in these cricket playing students, that these militants intermingled. They masqueraded as them, although they were still in the battle fatigue. With all these camouflage type of uniforms on, and in fact it was from there that they fired on the security forces. Now, another version is that they had these kit bags which were looking like kit bags which had cricket equipment in them, but it was not cricket equipment. They had used these kit bags as a kind of masquerade to get in ammunition, AK-47 rifles, grenades, and they were part of those cricket playing students, and from there there they fired at the road where I am standing. It was the CRPF column, a patrol party of the CRPF which had come out from the battalion headquarters, which is hardly 100 meters away from there. They had come out for their routine patrolling duty. That was to one, see that law and order, there's no law and order problems. They tackled that. And number two, as a road opening party, to see to it that there's no IEDs or other things that are placed on the ground, so that they can really sniff that out, remove that, so that the other security forces can move on the route. So that was their routine duty, and it seems that the militants had planned this attack very meticulously. They fired at them from that ground to this side, and in the process, in the first burst of gunfire, 5 CRPF personnel were killed. Later, the retaliation came and both the militants were killed.